We sent drones to Mars. We capture 5K resolution images of a planet 140 million miles away. We can't fly a drone 200 miles into Antarctica and take a single photo. Why? We have mapped the ocean floor deeper than 36,000 feet. We have photographed the black hole 55 million light years away. Yet somehow, the most boring continent on our own planet remains the most restricted piece of land on Earth. Over 100 countries have signed an agreement saying you can't fly freely in it or explore it. And if you try to go alone without permission, you go to jail. That's not a natural reserve policy. That's a lockdown. Antarctica is not just a big chunk of ice. It is the 5th largest continent on Earth, larger than Europe, larger than Australia. It holds 90% of all the fresh water on this planet, locked in its ice. If that ice melted, sea levels would rise by over 200 feet, swallowing entire countries. Beneath that ice lies a world science is only beginning to understand. There are entire mountain ranges buried under miles of ice, taller than the Alps. There are over 400 liquid lakes sealed under that ice, including Lake Vostok, a body of water the size of Lake Ontario sitting 2.5 miles below the surface. Lake Vostok has been sealed from the outside world for 15 to 20 million years. Scientists found over 3,000 unique gene sequences in its water. Life evolving completely cut off from humanity. Now, ask yourself, if something this extraordinary is beneath the ice, what else is? It was 1959. The Cold War was at its peak. The United States and Soviet Union were pointing nuclear weapons at each other. They couldn't agree on anything except one thing: Antarctica. On December 1st, 1959, 12 nations, including the US, Soviet Union, the UK, France, Argentina, and Japan, signed the Antarctic Treaty in Washington, D.C. The treaty said Antarctica is for peaceful purposes only. No military bases, no weapons testing, no nuclear bombs. And here's the part no one talks about. It also banned mining indefinitely. Antarctica is believed to sit on some of the largest untouched mineral and oil reserves on Earth. Coal deposits have already been confirmed there. Yet, the world's most powerful nations agreed unanimously and immediately. During a Cold War, when both superpowers were desperate for resources, doesn't that seem a little too convenient? Before the treaty was signed, something happened that has never been fully explained. In August 1946, the United States Navy launched Operation High Jump. This was not some scientific field trip. The mission included over 4,700 military personnel, 13 vessels, an aircraft carrier, and 33 aircraft. It was the largest and most heavy-armed naval expedition ever sent to Antarctica. It was scheduled to last 6 to 8 months. It came back after 40 days. No official explanation was ever given for that. Admiral Richard Byrd was hero, Medal of Honor recipient, and the most decorated naval officer leading the mission, returned from Antarctica and gave a press interview. He warned that the United States should take immediate defensive measures against hostile forces coming from polar regions. He described technology capable of moving from pole to pole at incredible speed. He spoke of a new enemy that could attack any country at any time, anywhere. What did he find down there? Whatever it was, within 13 years, 12 of the most powerful nations on Earth signed a treaty locking that continent away. In 2020, satellites detected strange heat signals beneath Antarctic's ice sheet. Not from the surface, from the deep down. Radar scans have revealed geometric shapes beneath the ice, structures that appear too precise to be natural. Patterns that look less like geology and more like architecture. In 2025, scientists detected unexplained radio signals emanating from the beneath of the frozen surface. No one knows what they are. There are also the gravity anomalies, zones in Antarctica where Earth's gravitational pull doesn't behave normally. That's why satellites passing over certain regions get pulled slightly, of course. What massive enough under the ice is distort gravity. Scientists call it the Wilkes Land anomaly, a mass concentration deep under the ice larger than the state of Ohio. Some say it could be an ancient meteor impact crater. Others aren't so sure. Here's what should keep you up at night. NASA's Perseverance rover is on Mars right now. It sends back 5K resolution images from 140 million miles away. It has a helicopter, Ingenuity, that has flown over 70 flights on another planet. But we supposedly can't fly a drone 200 miles into Antarctica's interior to take high-quality photos. We have ROVs exploring the depth of oceans in complete darkness under enormous pressure, several miles down. We have satellites that can read a license plate from space. But Antarctica, right here on Earth, remains the most visually unknown landmass on the planet. And the official reason? It's too cold, too windy, too remote. The same technology that works in minus 73 degrees Celsius on Mars suddenly can't handle Antarctica, which is completely warm. So guys, here you should draw your own conclusion. Antarctica has no government, no native population, no owner. Yet it is the single most legally controlled piece of land on Earth. 58 nations have now signed the Antarctic Treaty. Just think, more than joined NATO. Certain zones are labeled Antarctic Specially Protected Areas. You cannot enter without a specific scientific permit. And even scientists who do get in are told where they can go, what they can study, and what they can share. 7 countries, Argentina, Australia, Chile, France, New Zealand, Norway, and the UK have claims territorial slices of Antarctica like a pie. Those claims are currently frozen by the treaty, but they haven't been given up. When the treaty comes for the review, potentially around 2048, those claims come back to life, and the resource race begins. Ask yourself this one simple question. If there was truly nothing special in Antarctica, why does it need the most elaborate international legal protection system on this planet? You don't build a vault around something that's empty. You don't make 58 countries agree for over 60 years to keep peoples away from nothing. The moon has fewer restrictions than Antarctica. The Mars exploration is funded by multiple nations and private companies. But a solo drone flight over Antarctica? That is criminal. The information that reaches the public about Antarctica comes almost exclusively from government-backed research stations. Every photo, every finding, every report, filtered, approved, release. We are not saying we know what's down there. We are saying the world's most powerful governments have gone to extraordinary lengths to make sure you don't find out. A place that no nation owns, yet every nation protects. A place that has no people, yet it's subject to the world's most complex human legal system. A place that has seen less exploration than the surface of Mars. And we are told that just fine. The ice is speaking, the signals are coming, the shapes are there. And the people with the power to answer every single one of your questions have decided you don't need to know. The question isn't what's hidden in Antarctica. The question is, why don't they want you to look? So guys, if this video made you think, hit the like button, and you know the algorithm buries content like this. Subscribe because you're just getting started on the world's most censored mysteries. And drop the comments, what do you think is really in Antarctica?